What up, pal? How we doing, pal? I guess this is a Palworld channel now. I don't even know if these videos are hitting well. I haven't looked at any metrics because my philosophy with YouTube is I'm going to make a video about something that I want to talk about, and as long as I get to talk about something I'm interested in, then I'm satisfied. Although I do like to make money, so I hope you guys are watching these Palworld videos. But hey, we've got another one because this will be a bit of an ongoing saga, I feel. Yesterday we talked about how Nintendo kind of acknowledged the presence of Palworld but didn't have too much to say about it. But today's story is going to be a lot more interesting because not only has Nintendo taken down some Palworld related content and attacked the PAL, but they're also going after YouTuber as well. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 500,000 subscribers so I could finally shut up about this. But today's story, it's a bit of a doozy, so let's just hop straight into it and get into the goodness here. So this came out from IGN earlier yesterday when you're watching this video, because now it's the 24th. The modder who put Pokemon into Palworld has claimed Nintendo has come for me after a takedown of a tweet teasing Pokemon's Ash Ketchum in place of the player's character, and as well as famous Pokemon such as Pikachu replacing Palworld's Pal. So there's been a lot of stuff going around about Palworld taking a bit of inspiration from things like Pokemon. Now, I'm not someone that's going to sit here and say necessarily it's right to think that, it's wrong to think that. You know, Palworld is going to appeal to some different people. It's a Pokemon style game, but there's a lot of crafting elements in it as well. It's not really a one-to-one replication of a Pokemon style game. It takes what Pokemon is known for, and that is catching Pokemon, and changes it to catching Pal, and then adds in the crafting elements into it. There's also, you know, a bunch of multiplayer stuff in the game. Let's be clear, I don't like the game. I don't think the game is done very well, at least on the Xbox Series X version of the game, because it looks bad, it runs bad, there's hiccups, there's pop-in, the menu system is just way too overbearing and archaic. Like, doing a simple task, like crafting one thing, requires a bunch of different inputs. It's like, bro, you need to simplify this. Obviously, it's a game probably designed with the PC in mind, but it's a game that has been selling very, very well. And of course, you're going to draw comparisons to Pokemon with this because, I mean, some of these pals do look like Pokemon. Were they made by AI generation? We'll never know. I don't think there's a real right or wrong concrete answer out there. But I do see a lot of dick riding for this game, for lack of a better term, because I have to imagine that some of these people that are hyping up this game and playing this game don't really like it as much as they're saying. Spawn wave. Sorry, something caught in my throat here. Stupid spawn wave. But no, I'm sure there are people that genuinely enjoy the game. So let's hop straight into what this really is about. Who is the person in question here? Well, we have good old Toasted Shoes. You don't know who Toasted Shoes is? I don't know who Toasted Shoes is. It looks like he's from Australia. I think that's Australia. He's wearing a Chicago Bulls jacket. Bruh, take that ish off and put on a New York Knicks jacket. But he has 700,000 subscribers and 1.7 million TikTok followers. So he's obviously more successful than RGT is. So am I just hating? Yeah, probably. I don't know. I need to see his bankroll compared to mine. But this individual, who's followed by people I know, basically took it upon himself to create and modded Pokemon into Palworld, as you can see here. So this person decided to be a little bit creative, using, you know, assets that belong to the Pokemon company and assets that obviously Nintendo has a vested interest in order to sort of create, you know, a new game. He made a video talking about this, showcasing it, but the media has been displayed in response to a report by the copyright owner, that of course being Nintendo. You could see that as well. This person basically makes creations of mods in various games. You know, there's some stuff on his channel, because I did look into his channel. I'm not just a hater. There's like weird mods in Mortal Kombat 1. It's interesting content for sure. Like, obviously, to be able to put assets from one game into another game, like, there is a level of legitimacy to that. So, you know, hats off to them about that. But you got to be careful with things like this, because obviously now Nintendo is coming for them. And when you take a look at this video, I modded actual Pokemon into Palworld. Well, we get video unavailable. This video contains content from Nintendo, who has blocked it on copyright grounds. He's also been getting a large influx of people asking where they can get the mod, etc. We want to release it for free to everyone. However, due to Nintendo setting a DMCA over the last tweet, we want to tread lightly for the time being. Now, that statement was obviously made before this video got taken down as well, because once Nintendo starts taking down your Twitter stuff and your YouTube videos, then they really got their eye on you. And someone who has dabbled with Nintendo's legal department before. If you might remember the whole Metroid Dread situation. Now, thankfully, YouTube sided with me and said I didn't do anything wrong, but Nintendo thought otherwise, even though I really didn't do anything wrong. But they tried to take down my video on Metroid Dread, but YouTube was like, no, he just got an early copy of it. Like, this happened, so, you know, he waited till after the embargo went up to make his video anyway, so, you know, what's the big deal? So they sided with me in that situation, but they're not gonna side with old Pally Boy here. So he just saw, I don't know if this is a joke or what, but I just saw a white van go up and down my street 3 times. I feel like Nintendo is closing in on me. I'm pretty, yeah, this is a joke tweet, I'm sure. But, like, they are going to contact you, bro. They are going to come after you to some degree. But in the same breath, it's like, okay, well, you just got so much free publicity for your channel. You were at 700,000 subs. Now you're at 739,000 subs, and people are knowing about you. Your video from 5 days ago got 200,000 views. So as long as you don't get in like actual legal trouble with this, as long as you manage to kind of come out of this unscathed in terms of legality, and Nintendo is just like, okay, we're taking down your video, F you, you know, don't do that again. You know, I would take this as a win, Mr. Toasted Shoes, my good sir, even though you're wearing that ugly ass Chicago Bulls thing. We don't like the Bulls around here. We're Knicks fans. But you have to imagine that this is going to be something that's becoming more and more prevalent. Because when you take a game like Palworld and you look at that game, it's ripe for the pickings when it comes to mods and stuff like that. Obviously, people are already breaking the code of this game in order to implement their own mods into the game. Because when you look at how the game was designed, there's lots of questions to be asked about the design of the game, and the answers to those questions seem a bit convenient at best. You know, the miracle designer, the miracle 3D motion artist, the fact that you've bought other assets, you've bought assets and stolen assets to do your previous game, Craftopia, the fact that you've done an AI art simulator as a game that generates AI art based on commands put into it. Like I said, I'm not accusing, I'm just saying allegedly, and when you look at some of this stuff, it is a bit interesting. But at the same time, I don't think Mr. Toasted Shoes is going to be the only person that this happens to, because curiosity is going to get the best out of people. People want to experience Pokemon in unconventional ways, and considering the low quality of some of these later Pokemon releases that we've gotten, you know, fan games are going to come up, and this is something that we talk about time and time again with Nintendo, where they hate fan games because it's using assets. And yes, like I always say, are they legally able to do that? Yes. Is it the right thing to do in terms of publicity? It depends on who you ask. To me, 9 times out of 10, no, it's not worth it. It's not going to cut into your sales. It's not going to cut into anything. I understand protecting your IP, but sometimes you go a little bit overboard with it, Nintendo. And like I said, dude, I think this is the first story that we've seen about this, but this won't be the last story, and it's gonna get hairy. Somebody's gonna get pinched on this for real, and I think they may end up seeing some legal recourse from this. Will this be Toasted Shoes? I mean, as long as he's taking down the stuff and, you know, isn't trying to promote it or anything like that anymore, then he should be able to get past that. But Toasted Shoes, just in case this is your first go round with Nintendo, be careful, bruh. You know, be careful with this. Be careful what you say, because they will find you. They will find you, they will email you, they'll have all your information. I know people who've had their front door knocked on by Nintendo, legit, with a document, with a little document case of all these documents, legit, showed up at their house over some Pokemon shit. Be careful, my brethren, be careful. But let me know what you think about this. Is Nintendo just flexing their e-peen, and it's stupid to do because all it's going to do is drum up, you know, really more notoriety for not only Palworld, but you know, a negative connotation or Nintendo? Or is this just business as usual for Nintendo and Palworld's just a passing phase? Because, you know, at this stage of the game, like, it just seems like it continues to grow. And if you're enjoying the game, enjoy the game. I didn't enjoy the game though, so I'm going to play other stuff. Let me know what you think of this situation in the comments section down below. And like I said at the start, I hope you guys are watching these videos. I don't look at metrics because it just drives you nuts. It's like, it just eats away at you mentally. Like, oh, I've got to get this metric or something like that. Oh, this video bomb. Nobody cares about this. But then like the video could end up popping off like a week later. So who the hell really knows? I'm just going to keep doing my thing, though. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you are new, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.